Hello, my name is Kosigan Enwayi Kumadi, and I'm the manager of the startup called Digital Link based in Libreville in Gabon. And I also proposed, on behalf of all my team, a digital solution called Alafia, WINCOVID19, in response to the COVID-19, in response to the call for proposal launched by GIZ BMZ Smart Development Act in this same context. So our solution will help GERA preventive mechanism improve surveillance, reduce the cost and effectiveness of testing and diagnosing, improve on monitoring and management of infected persons, build the capacity of frontline staff and guide targeted interventions with specific focus on vulnerable groups, among others. Also, after analyzing the psychology of our populations in Africa, we have preferred not to allow the user himself to have direct access to any possibility of the results of his state of infection or not, as it's unfortunately the case now with some solutions already deployed in some countries of Africa. This approach will prevent some people from becoming untraceable even when they are wanted for concrete clinical screenings, thus increasing the risk of the pandemic spreading. So, without further ado, we will present the front office of our application, and you can see that it has four menus, including creation of account, health information, history, then finally the dashboard. So, the creation of account, it's developed to maintain the anonymity of the people using the application as recommended by the logic of most cyber public health applications. So all you have to do is to enter your country code and then add your phone number so that the system administrator can geolocate it afterwards if necessary. So let's start. So here we are. So let's take an example. The code 241, which corresponds to the country code of Gabon, and a local phone number like 066 70 4837, for example. And then we choose our location, for example. My age, let's choose like something like 38 years old. Weight, uh, 82, for example, and height 180, for example. The gender, and then let's answer now to the questions, to this specific question about his or her health history, whether he or she is a smoker or not, for example. Um, Whether he or she has diabetes or high blood pressure, something like that, high blood pressure, sorry. and then we try to log in. Okay, your account has been successfully created. Go to information to start sending. So as you can see, the system automatically sends us the login confirmation here. So let's go to part 2 regarding the health information. This section allows us to provide daily information on our state of health by answering the rhetorical questions made available to countries by WHO regarding the symptoms of COVID-19. But first, you communicate your temperature. Let's take 37.5, 37.5 for example, and then let's answer some questions. Am I tired, for example? Do you have dry cough? Do you have shortness of breath? Contact with infected persons? Do you have headache? I said yes, for example. Do you have runny nose? Yes, for example. Do you have nasal congestion? Yes, for example. Yes. And yeah, for example. And then let's send the message. Okay, great. Your information has been successfully sent. Go to dashboard. So once these questions have been completed, you will receive a message like you have just seen from the system confirming to the system confirming that your information has been sent. This question will then allow the health authorities to detect or forecast, thanks to our algorithm, the probabilities of people who may or may not have symptoms of infection. So let's repeat this by taking as temperature like 38, for example, by answering the same questions, for example, and then let's send it. Let's take another example by taking 37, for example, like temperature, and then we're still answering the same questions, for example, and then we send the message. Okay, so on this dashboard, you can see and track the fluctuation of your fever status in real time from the dashboard. So as you can see, uh, uh, the dashboard allows health authorities of the various partner countries to directly target people at risk and to screen them rather than murdering through without knowing exactly who to screen. Already test kits are scarce in some of our African countries. So you can see, as you can see, this is the first temperature that the system registered, and this show up that the status of this user is getting better from 37.5 to 38, and now to 37. So you can see it, the fluctuation by yourself, but not exactly knowing at this real time what is your specific status, if you infected or not. So let's go now to the history part. This history part records all the movement that you made on the front office of the application at real time. So the history allows the user himself to track the information he put in the application of his daily health status in real time during the period of the pandemic. So uh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm now going to present to you guys the back office of our solution. Thank you very much.